This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Kobe and Giannis. Two players that are dramatically different of different generations. The funny thing about generations is that while the game changes, values don't. Kobe Bryant didn't have friends on the court, but he had a love for the game of basketball that transcended generations. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, Kobe Bryant, the most skilled player in NBA history, don't necessarily mesh, but what if I told you that these two players go way back and that their early history made Giannis who he is today? What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. Yo, ESPN, release the Jordan documentary. Please. I don't want to see Mark playing basketball at this point.
Get out my face. How you get out my face? Get out my face.
Party Next Door dropped his album a week after weekend. This got all the lonely people during this quarantine in their fields. Yeah, sad boy days. Giannis was on his way to win his second MVP before the season was suspended, but he wasn't slated for greatness when he came into the league. It's been a long journey, and on that journey was one, Kobe Bryant. Drop a like for the amount of mean mugs these two have done. 6,347. Look, there's no sports. Only 12% of you are subscribed. This is sports, so please subscribe so we can get through this together. Also, turn on notifications because there's not much else going on. Also, follow my Twitter because I'm actually tweeting now. We gotta go back to Giannis' rookie year in the 2013-2014 season. Here's an 18-year-old complete prospect from Greece at the 15th pick. The only footage of Giannis they had was this, which looked like some VHS tape.
Bruh, look at this dude.
Like, Giannis only had clips from YouTube besides one game that all 30 NBA scouts went to. Yeah, he was 6'9" and the most mysterious player in the draft. Giannis couldn't do much, just run out, catch lobs, and finish. But he was self-aware of his own limitations. You have to remember that Giannis was coming from a situation in which he and his brother would play on empty stomachs without enough food for everyone, so they could maybe one day, just one day, make money playing basketball to uplift their family. That meant he had to outwork everyone. He had to develop the fundamentals that everyone else had. See, here's when he really didn't have any skill. Maybe Harden was talking about 2013 Giannis.
No skill at all.
So apparently one of the assistant coaches in his first season thought that Giannis wasn't working hard enough. And instead of getting mad, he started crying. He said, "You can tell me I'm not doing the right things, but you cannot tell me this. I won't accept it." And that's because Giannis was already pushing himself to the max. He would be working till 1 AM sometimes after games. Every shot to him mattered. Even though he made the NBA, it was as if he was fighting for more. Through these seasons, Giannis' work ethic was becoming legendary. His teammates started saying that his work ethic is really like Kobe and Jordan. Trainers were baffled at the level of detail Giannis would have in his workouts. But the problem was that the Bucks really weren't this powerhouse team. Giannis was averaging 6.8 points in his first season, then 12.7 points in his second season, nothing special. Jason Kidd stopped Giannis from practicing threes in his second season. Huh? You know what, you experimented with Giannis as a point guard, point forward, I'm gonna let this slide. The 2015-2016 season was special. Yeah, it's the Cavs coming back from 3-1, it's Curry's unanimous MVP season in which he straight up destroyed the league, but it was also Kobe Bryant's last year. Till that point, Giannis and Kobe hadn't shared a court together. Kobe had been injured each time the Bucks played the Lakers, but this season, they would play twice, with Giannis as a budding 21-year-old player. Their first game, Giannis had a normal 15-6-5, Kobe had 22-6, and the Lakers got their fourth win of the year in 25 games. Yeah, the Lakers were really bad that year. Apparently, Giannis was too scared to talk to Kobe. His assistant coach tried to get Giannis to go over to Kobe, but in his terms, he just wasn't used to him yet. He had gotten used to Kevin Durant and LeBron, but Kobe was still this legend in his mind, and so he didn't go and talk to Kobe despite wanting to. That just speaks on what Kobe meant to him. The next time would be different. On February 22nd, 2016, Giannis was transitioning to a point guard. This would be the last time Giannis would face off against Kobe, and he put on a show. He had a triple-double, scoring 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists, along with a win. Before the game, Giannis' mom had been on Giannis to at least get a picture with Kobe. She even wore Kobe's jersey to the game. Wow. And after the game, the two embraced. Kobe was passing on his sage advice, but it didn't end there. The two would meet in the locker room after so Giannis' family could meet Kobe and so they could continue talking. In this moment, Kobe was telling him a bunch of things. He obviously told Giannis to keep working, that sometimes players take a night off, but the great players don't take a single day off. He told him that summertime was the most important to improve, especially when you have to add new parts to the game. The thing that stuck with Giannis though was just how many shots Kobe takes. Giannis shot about 500 shots a day, which he thought was a lot. Kobe would take 1,000. Coming from a guy like Kobe, this hit different. Giannis said that he would have to take 1,001 shots a day to surpass him, that he has to give everything to the game of basketball. I miss basketball. That was right before his breakout season next year, in which he became an all-star and the most improved player in the NBA. But Kenny Smith described one underrated part of Giannis' improvement.
You describe him.
Well, I think the one thing that we've seen with him is leadership. I think we always thought he was a great player, but then this year it was the first time, from an outside in, we saw the leadership skills of taking guys to another level.
Yeah, leadership. Giannis became the alpha on the team, the guy to corral his teammates and take responsibility on himself. Also, Charles Barkley, his name is not that hard.
Antetokounmpo.
In that season, sometimes when the Bucks would lose, Giannis would be out there practicing till 3 a.m. because that was how he got his anger out. Might have something to do with what Kobe told him, because that's exactly what Kobe would do, take his anger out on the court. During the 2017 summer, Kobe was sending out challenges to people as part of a Nike Mamba mentality promotional campaign. He challenged Isaiah Thomas to make the All-NBA first team, Kendrick Lamar to have his record label revolutionize the music program at high school, and just other challenges. Giannis didn't get one, so he asked for one on Twitter, and Kobe replied with MVP. That just speaks to the volumes of potential Kobe saw in Giannis. In February 2018, Giannis said that he wanted to work with Kobe and pick his brain. Giannis turned down offers to work with LeBron and KD because he didn't want to work with other current NBA stars and be buddy-buddy with his competition. He just hates it. And eventually, in the summer of 2018, Giannis and Kobe would do a workout together, in which Giannis would show up 3 hours early, which he was really proud of. Giannis really is sometimes like a kid, and that's something he took from Kobe.
You gotta think outside the box, and you always gotta be a kid. And he said that when you're a kid, you always wanna learn. You always wanna learn, you ask questions. I usually had my notebook there. I had questions ready for him. I told him before I asked him the question, I said, look, I don't want this to be an interview, feel like an interview. He said, no, you can ask me whatever. I was like, are you sure? He said, yeah.
Kobe wanted Giannis to ask as many questions as possible to not be limited in thought. Trainers during the 2018-19 season were baffled by Giannis' commitment. At one point, he was practicing defensive coverages by himself on the court as if he was in a game, which the assistant coaches had never seen. And these are the same people that worked with Kevin Garnett, who is one of the better defenders in league history. Giannis became so driven that the Bucks had to lock him out of facilities so he would stop working. Kobe also told him to perfect moves, to make sure that whatever he does, even if it's not a whole variety of things, is perfect so that you can rely on that in the game. Something that Giannis took to heart. Again, Giannis now has skill.
No skill at all.
Am I saying that Kobe is the sole reason that Giannis is the player he is today? Heck no. Giannis has had this work ethic, this drive that already drew comparisons. But also, after every sort of advice session that Kobe had with Giannis, he took another step mentally. Kobe had players like Jordan, Jerry West, and Bill Russell to turn to not only figure out certain skills and certain fundamentals, but to also figure out mental aspects of the game. The intangibles. Giannis would become the MVP in 2019, completing the challenge that Kobe had laid out for him. This relationship isn't really talked about as much as Kobe and Kyrie or even Kobe and Wiggins, but it definitely had an impact on Giannis and his outlook of the game. Giannis didn't just work hard, he worked smartly. You can literally feel the Mamba mentality when you watch Giannis play. So yeah, Kobe helped Giannis become the player he is today, and that is amazing. But what do you think? Should Giannis win his second MVP? Who are other players with the Mamba mentality? Drop a like if you like the Mamba mentality because that is something special. Since we all got time now, shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. As you know, Squarespace gives people the most powerful all-in-one online platform to create your own website. Some really awesome templates, but you also want people to visit your website like LeBron wanted fans in the arena. These really are some sad boy days. Squarespace allows you to link all social media accounts to your website so that you can post to all your social media at once. And they have some pretty nice email campaign designs. To get started with your own business, go to squarespace.com/MJ2KLDay for a free trial and 10% off your first purchase. It really does help the channel out. Like I said, if enough of you do it, I'm gonna make the LeBron versus Giannis website. Or maybe a site that reorganizes old highlights, cause we need it. And if you're still here, you a real one, so comment 1001 so I know. The Instagram shout of the day goes to Brixton, and the all-day notification shout goes to Christian Blake. Thanks for the all-day support. Make sure to hit the bell for all your notifications, and if you're not a sub, hit the subscribe button, join the all-day community for more fire content, all-day support. It's your boy MJ. We out.
Baby, won't you slow down? It'll be okay. I don't wanna leave, she don't wanna stay. Hurry up and roll, it'll be okay. I don't wanna leave, she don't wanna stay.